It began in France and wrapped up in France yesterday. Deutsche Welle correspondent Chiponda Chimbelu joins us now from Berlin. Chiponda, hi there. So tell us why the president was in Europe.
Well, Lorna, Chinese President Xi Jinping made stops in France, Serbia and Hungary during his trip. And in terms of timing, France and China were commemorating 60 years of bilateral relations. Now, the Chinese leader met with French President Macron and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen in Paris. And in Serbia, this week marked 25 years since the U.S. bombs struck the Chinese embassy in Belgrade. Now, the accidental bombing was part of NATO's aerial bombardment to stop what was the then Federal Republic of Yugoslavia's ethnic cleansing campaign against Kosovar Albanians. Serbia is also an important ally for Beijing in its Belt and Road Initiative, and together with Hungary, the two share closer relations with China than other European countries. So Hungary is Beijing's closest partner in the EU at a time of heightened trade tensions between the bloc and China.
Yeah, what are the sticking points between the EU and China?
Well, when it comes to trade, one of the main sticking points is the market access that European products in China have. And here in Europe, it's also about whether Chinese-made products have an unfair advantage over Chinese ones because of Beijing's subsidies. Now, last year, the EU announced an inquiry looking into whether Beijing's subsidies for electric vehicles are giving Chinese-made EVs an unfair advantage. And in April, Brussels made another announcement in a probe to investigate whether Beijing may be favoring its domestic producers when procuring medical devices. Now, these investigations could lead to tariffs on some Chinese products. And in terms of geopolitics, Brussels is concerned about China supplying Russia with dual-use parts that could be used by the Russian military in the war with Ukraine. The bloc wants Beijing to use its influence to contribute to a resolution of the war.
Chiponda, how was the visit seen in Europe? Was it seen as significant?
Well, for Beijing, the trip was really about tapping into the disagreements and the competition within Europe to deepen ties with some countries. Now, if we look at France, French companies have not been as successful as their German peers in getting their cars and chemicals onto the Chinese market. So this was an opportunity for China to improve its trade relations with France. And Hungary, of course, is an important economic partner. Chinese electric battery maker CATL is building a €7 billion manufacturing plant in Hungary. Budapest has been intensifying economic ties with Beijing, while other EU countries speak of decoupling and de-risking. Also, both Hungary and Serbia are pro-Russia, of course. So for Beijing, this trip was really about tapping into those foreign policy differences in Europe to deepen ties with strategic partners.
Chiponda Chimbelu, thank you very much. Taylor Swift continues to dominate the global stage.